Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Y'all already know I think you're the best for tuning in, and I have to let y'all know, I'm PJ'd up because it's Christmas Eve, so we're keeping it cozy. And Merry Christmas to anyone celebrating, and if not, then I just hope you're having a good, blessed day. But I'm really nervous, y'all. I'm nervous to do this one because I've done a few readings on this already. We're going back into the energy of the Luigi Mangione case. And I've used the true crime cards, which have been pretty pointed. We talked about the possible faking of a death, a life insurance coup, some of the insider trading involved, and even possible setup from his family. We've gone into all those things, but today I'm just gonna have a channeling session and do what's called extensive remote viewing. But before we get into that, I just have to let y'all know I have some notes here. And part of why I'm so compelled by this is because it seems so obviously like something else, both at the journalistic level and on more of the spiritual plane. It just doesn't smell right. And we have to think, okay, so I think I went over with y'all last time, Brian Thompson was supposed to testify against Nancy Pelosi in an insider trading trial. Of course, it was suggested that Luigi didn't have any ties to Brian Thompson, but Nancy Pelosi's father and Luigi's grandfather, Nicholas Mangione, had ties. Pelosi's father was the mayor of Baltimore, and his involvement with Mangione, which had been known in the area as a crime family, was investigated. I believe this was in 1999. And Luigi's attorney, Karen Friedman Agnifilo, her husband was one of the defense lawyers for Diddy, and she helped prosecute Harvey Weinstein. So now we have Luigi, who's at the same prison as Diddy, weirdly enough. Let's see, what's his name? I have to just get this up for y'all because I want you to have the name of Nancy's father. Thomas D'Alessandro Jr. That's Nancy Pelosi's father. So he was the mayor of Baltimore in 1989. So I don't know, y'all. I just think that's very interesting. And so we have the attorney, and attorney Karen Friedman Agnifilo. She already kind of wagged her finger at the NYPD and Eric Adams for staging a public perp walk before any kind of fair trial was set. And so the judge for Luigi Mangione, Katherine Parker, is married to former healthcare executive Brett Parker, and she holds hundreds of thousands of shares of healthcare in pharma companies, including Pfizer. Very, very strange that it's supposed to be, everything's supposed to be impartial. And the judge that's persecuting him is married to former healthcare executive, and she holds hundreds of thousands of shares of healthcare stock. I just find that so interesting. Also, very interesting, there's been no body cam footage, and during his perp walk, he's wearing almost down to the color and the silhouette the exact same outfit as Lee Harvey Oswald. I find that to be interesting. And that part of these facts is why I keep circling back to this, because it just doesn't sit right, y'all. It's just interesting things, and it doesn't stick. But on the psychic level, though, I just wanted to talk about a channeling session today, and I'm nervous to do this. But I think it's going to be a good thing to do. And if y'all don't mind, I'm going to be looking a little bit at the smoke sometimes, or at the flame, or blinking out a bit. I'm going to try to keep my eyes open and look at y'all as much as possible. And I'm just to kind of keep my hand in, I'm just going to be moving the pen. I see a clipboard. And we're in the courtroom. And there's some kind of file. And I feel kind of tense. A lot of it's showing up in the stomach. But there's a file. There's a file on Luigi that they're using. And it's not it's like a pre-prepared file. Something about the stomach. There's a terrible feeling in the stomach. And this file was given to somebody, given to some kind of official on him. It's not the defense attorney's file. It's not anyone official's file. It's somebody. A woman gave this to the judge and gave this to the prosecuting side. Yeah, it's very cold in the room. No. We're at a park. At a park, and folks are just filling up a backpack with stuff. And I think it's green, and it's a brand new backpack. And they took the tags off. But a lot of nausea coming through. They took off the tags. And he's half asleep. I smell the coffee in there. We're inside now, inside a restaurant. Could be McDonald's, but it doesn't have to be. And we're half asleep. He's falling asleep in this place where he's at. And I think it's interesting. We went straight from the park into either a restaurant or a coffee shop. And he just keeps nodding out in this coffee shop like that. Almost like he was just wandering in there groggy. Like maybe the park or somewhere else is where he woke up. The park. He woke up in the park. With a backpack and no memory. Yeah, there's no memory walking into the park. Almost like he was dropped off there. Woke up, already had his backpack with him, filled with stuff that must have been his. And he keeps nodding off. Yeah, I really get that. There's a backpack, and the same file from the courtroom is the file that has, it's almost an exact copy of what was found on him. But he woke up, just feeling sick. There's a ton of nausea, almost like drugs. In the first place, I mean, I can smell it strong too, the coffee, the fast food, and there's no sign of anything, just not even strong enough to walk at all. Very sick, stumbles into McDonald's holding all these things. Where there's no last memory. There's just, woke up in a park, cold, and wandered into the first place you could get coffee. Never looked through his own belongings. Barely the strength to get up and move. But just ordering a coffee, then he's found. Now I see outside of barred windows, barred doors. And just sickly anxious, but not in any danger. No immediate danger from the surroundings. But just a terrible feeling in the stomach. Like drugs that took a long time to parse out of the system and maybe never did. And the neck, back of the neck. They grabbed him by force. very strongly by the neck. And nobody's letting him get a word in. Not other inmates. No law enforcement is letting him speak. There's just looking through the bag. Now I can see inside a warm, cozy house that has a basket of apples, nice candle, and there's mail that keeps arriving to this house. Also just there's a strong association of guilt here and a headache. And the house is a house. A married couple lives here, but it's mostly a woman. And she keeps getting gifts sent to her. Gifts of money. And they're sent via the mail to reduce any kind of digital trail. But it's bribery. Going to a woman with dark hair, a white woman with dark hair. And the correspondence is consistent, and she's stubborn. But it's bribery. Could be his attorney or his mother, but more likely the attorney. And there's a souring that at first it's very, very sweet. She's getting flowers, she's getting cards, she's getting gifts, but the correspondence is gonna turn sour. It will shift. It will shift from bribery to threats. There's a lot of looking out of her window. Nice front lawn with plants. But now it's at the point where she's looking over her shoulder a lot. And somebody may try to harm her for what she knows, but she's holding fast and not taking any of the bribes. But she is being intimidated. Receiving threats regularly, maybe needing to take some kind of anxiety medication. Strong. Someone's at her house. It's a beautiful house. Out. Not really in the city, it's more in the suburban area with plants. Maybe not fully out in the suburbs, but less metropolitan. And someone's visiting when she's not there to bug the house. Ooh. Ooh. Somebody has planted some sort of listening device and wants to sabotage her correspondence with this. And she's held fast but doesn't want to put herself in danger. Whew. That's intense. There's a lot of fear. A lot of strong arming around this situation. Whew, y'all. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of energy around this. And I don't know, y'all. I think that the energy can be telltale. And I wrote, whew, I wrote Luigi, and you can see the whole time the pen barely ever touched Luigi's name. So I don't think he bears a part in this. That's Brian Thompson. His name almost circled, and BT for Brian Thompson. And I think that suggests his involvement, but not to the part we say. Then there's Mom. Also, almost no energy touched the mom, but Dad's completely crossed out. I had unknown written, and that's completely crossed out. And I had Pelosi written somewhere up here, and that's completely crossed out. Whew. Anyway, y'all, that was intense. I want to do some more of these. Y'all, comment, like, subscribe. That energy was just really intense. And remote viewing, you know, you kind of leave your body a little bit, but it's almost like that grogginess I picked up on, and it almost like makes you dizzy, you know. But that's the channeled messages. I'm gonna be doing some more of these on the channel. I think it's really fun to always use the tarot, and the oracle cards. But I think it's also nice to just get a channeling session in. And I think it's quite interesting, the things that were revealed here. So I'm just going to keep covering this as it's ongoing. And I really appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you're having a really nice holiday. And if you want a personal reading with myself, just click the link below. I really appreciate y'all. And I'll see you on the next one. Be safe and be happy. Bye.